So welcome to another Tokyo Revengers video guys. But first of all, I want to tell you all one important thing. Next week is a national holiday in Japan. So all manga series are on hiatus. The next Tokyo Revengers manga will be released on August 17th. So yeah, there will be no spoiler video tomorrow. Some people still don't know this. So I wanted to mention this. Anyway, it's finally time for us to talk about the series. I don't know if you all have read this, but I definitely recommend reading it. The link for this is in the description below. A Letter from Baji is a spin-off manga of the Tokyo Revengers series. It mainly focuses on Chifuyu and Baji's characters. I thought the series would only focus on their school days. So I wasn't interested at first. But after reading the first chapter, it exceeded my expectations. As a Chifuyu fan, I'm glad the series focuses more on him. This is good news especially for Baji fans. So let's talk about that. But before we talk about that, as usual guys, I would kindly appreciate it if you can drop a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel. Let's go into the video now. So have you guys ever wondered why Chifuyu started following that Baji in the first place? Because many things are answered in this series. However, I would like to divide this series into two parts. We find out what happened after the incident of Bloody Halloween. Then the story focuses more on Chifuyu and Baji's characters. When I first saw this scene, I thought it was Baji who recruited Chifuyu into the Toman gang in the first place. But that's completely wrong. Also, many new characters are introduced in this series. Now look at this. A story set in the past, after the tragedy of Bloody Halloween. Two figures meet in front of a grave. So basically this is the first part of the series. In front of Baji's grave, we see Chifuyu and another person. Even after that Valhalla incident, Chifuyu often comes here to remember Baji. The other person who is there with him is Baji's mother. Yeah, we see her for the first time. Her name is Ryoko Baji. Here we can see how she treats Chifuyu. She treats him like another son of hers. You may think this is strange. But she treated Baji in the same way. However, we do get an explanation of what happened during the Valhalla incident. Before the battle between Toman and Valhalla, Baji realizes that someone is plotting against Toman's gang. And after becoming a member of the Valhalla gang, he was able to deceive the mastermind's eyes. Yeah, basically Baji already knew it was Kasaki. He started fighting on his own to find out their own motives. In the end, he ended up sacrifice his own life to protect his friends. Also, this series shows Baji's funeral for the first time. But they don't show other Toman members. Honestly, it would have been nice if they were shown here as well. Although everyone started moving slowly after that day, Chifuyu never fully recovered from it. Suddenly Baji's mother gives him a piece of paper. This is where the story officially begins. Baji wrote this letter on the eve of the battle. To be precise, the day Chifuyu and Takemichi met Baji on this bridge. Chifuyu and Takemichi have already found out everything about Kasaki. But Baji still refused to join them. He knew it was no use. He continued to pretend to be an enemy of the Toman gang. So yeah, Baji wrote this letter only after that meeting. He said in that letter, "When we were on the bridge and I looked at your face full on bandages. I remember the day I met you. You've always been the type that likes to get punched in the face. As I was thinking about those days, I decided to write you this letter." The story then shifts to Chifuyu's school days. And I only noticed this after reading this series. The Chifuyu we see now has many differences from the Chifuyu of the school days. Because this page portrays it well. Chifuyu on the right is very patient. Another Chifuyu on the left is absolutely barbaric. We cannot see any sign of happiness on his face. We finally get to see this version of Chifuyu once again. Yeah, this series also has such action sequences. He always fights, some fights are fair, some are not. But he respects no one, not even his teachers. He acts like a superior. But that is not really his intention. He does what he wants. He doesn't care about anyone at all. Also, we see Chifuyu's mom in this series. She has already appeared in another spin-off manga. I mean, Ken Wakui-sensei has already released backstory for each of the Toman founding members. So those who read it already know her. This was the only question everyone could ask in the original series. Do these characters have any parents? Most of the main characters only appear in the spin-off manga. Anyway, she worries about Chifuyu's behavior. Yet he continued to fight. But like I said before, it was not his intention. Even if he does it on his own, the garbage around him provokes him. They are the reason why he is so involved in fighting. Because we have already seen this scene in the anime. And his friends tell Chifuyu about Baji for the first time. There's a certain rumor that in the school, one of Toman captain is in attendance. As expected, we know that Chifuyu has no interest in anything. So he knows nothing about the Toman gang. They tell him how dangerous the Toman gang is. They also mention this. With only 6 members in the gang, they manage to defeat the Black Dragons. Xian is the leader of Black Dragon's gang at that time. They fought against him for Kazutora. But Chifuyu doesn't know anything about the Black Dragon gang either. Since Chifuyu has his own thoughts about all the gangs, he decides to fight the Toman member. I think it's best to mention this point as well. Chifuyu's friends know that fighting the Toman gang could end in danger. So they don't care what happens to Chifuyu in it. But Chifuyu knew what they were talking about. Now I understand why he doesn't care much about others. Because he thinks everyone is the same. All the scenes that follow are what we have already seen in the manga. Chifuyu meets Baji for the first time. We all know what happened after that. Baji writes a letter for Kazutora. I didn't notice this when I first watched the anime. Chifuyu helped him. Then when Chifuyu got into a fight with a gang, Baji helped him. Only these scenes were shown in the original series. After that fight, Chifuyu had completely changed. I mean, this is the first time we've seen such a smile on his face. Later both go to Baji's house. This series also has some funny scenes like this. As I said in the beginning of the video, this is how Baji's mother treats her son. She kicks him in the face. Because she thought he was responsible for Chifuyu's injuries. However, this is my favorite scene. The series also focuses on the Toman gang at times. In Baji's room, Chifuyu sees a photo of the Toman gang. So far in the series, Chifuyu has shown no interest in any gangs. But for the first time he is curious to know about the Toman gang. Most of all, he wants to join the Toman gang. I originally thought that Baji would have invited Chifuyu to the Toman gang. But it's Chifuyu who wants to join the gang first. But Baji refuses it. He thinks it will cause him problems at some point. I didn't expect to see Chifuyu like this. He is very stubborn to join the Toman gang. A whole scene is so hilarious. Chifuyu continues to follow Baji everywhere. To prove to Baji how strong he is, Chifuyu fights strong people in every area. But at some point this makes Baji very irritated. Baji tells him that, "The next time you show me your face, I'll make you suffer." But the next day as expected, Chifuyu goes to see the Baji. At the same time Baji also attacks him severely. He didn't say it for fun. Baji beat the crap out of him. Baji doesn't care about Chifuyu joining the gang. But he doesn't want Chifuyu to join the gang because of his power. Chifuyu starts talking to him about himself. This is the first time we are hearing this. Unfortunately, his father dies the same year he is born. Because he dies in an accident while saving a young girl. But Baji continues to attack him. On the verge of losing consciousness, he says the last thing he wanted to say. I really like the way they drew this. This scene really shows who Chifuyu really is. My dad entrusted me with an important task. To put my life on the line for someone else. So he decided to follow Baji. Because Baji helped him in a very difficult situation. As his father helped a little child. The way he helps Takemichi makes more sense now. He is always there for Takemichi. And yeah, Takemichi never hesitates to sacrifice his life for others. That's why Chifuyu always helps him. He was the only person who could understand Takemichi better. So after the fight between Chifuyu and Baji, the scene shifts to Chifuyu's house. Suddenly Baji comes to see him in Toman's gang uniform. Chifuyu is absolutely delighted with that. Even his mother was surprised to see it. It had been a while since even she had seen him so happy. Finally chapter 1 ends with this. Both of them are riding a bike. This is where it all begins. So far the first chapter has been great. And if you haven't read this series yet, I'd say, you're missing out on a good story. I hope the story will soon focus on the Toman gang as well. Let me know what you think about it below. Anyway, if you guys like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. And good luck to all.